Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Legacy Let's Play world. Well, this was quite the week for Minecraft news. Things started off with a lot of rumor and speculation. We actually got a new snapshot, and there's some other interesting news going on that I'll tell you all about. So, first, let's start with the speculation. The developers typically take a holiday break, and so there's nothing really going on, but people speculate, people guess, people find leaks or screenshots or things like that. And there was this rumor that we were going to get a big UI update. Now, of course, this potentially could happen someday, but not yet. The images and screenshots that I saw were sort of revamps of what chests and the ender chest and barrels and the different interfaces look like in the game. And this drummed up some more rumors about maybe an inventory update. People have been clamoring forever for some sort of update to inventory. One of my favorite YouTubers, Exumavoid from the Hermitcraft server, he did a whole video on his proposed ideas for an inventory update. And his argument was he does these massive builds and uses all these blocks, and it's just too hard to drag around all of that stuff. And my attitude about that is if you just want access to everything, just play in creative. Part of the game is gathering all of the resources and moving them around and storing them and all of that. That's the game. We have an ender chest where we can move 27 slots around, and then each of those 27 slots you could fill with a shulker box, and that's a ton of stuff that you can drag around. He also had some ideas about accessing blocks, and some of those ideas are interesting. Instead of dragging things from the hotbar and back, there's these little shortcuts that he sort of came up with using data packs and that sort of thing. And some of the ideas I think were interesting. I wouldn't mind being able to navigate my personal inventory more quickly or move things from the hotbar back and forth easier. And I'm a big fan of the bundle. I think that is a solution for a problem that has existed for a long time. And the little things they did from its inception to its final rollout to enhance and sort of refine how the bundle works, absolutely brilliant. And if they do more of that with inventory, I'm all on board. But just this week, we got a snapshot, and it had nothing to do with inventory. The snapshot is for the upcoming drop that will be this spring, still unnamed, and it's sort of all over the place. The first thing they added in the new snapshot that we're testing out is 2 variants of the pig. So now warm biomes will have a warm pig, and cold biomes will have a cold pig. And the classic pig that we are used to is now going to be called the temperate pig, which I just think is the best name ever. In addition to pig variants, we're also going to get falling leaves. We've seen that sort of thing with the cherry blossoms, where you get the little pink petals falling from the trees. We're going to see that everywhere. Every type of tree will have periodically little leaves falling from them, which I think will be really nice. They're also adding something called wildflowers, and these look very much like the pink petals that you see in the cherry blossom orchards. The little short pink flowers where you can have little clusters of 1, 2, 3, or 4, except now they are white and yellow. So just little itty bitty flowers that you can kind of speckle about, and I think will add a lot of texture and life to different areas. They're also adding fallen leaves, and these are little dead leaves that sit on the ground. They're crunchy when you walk on them, which I think is super cool. You can make leaves by smelting them. Just get some leaf blocks, put them in a smelter, you get the dried leaves. And you can use this as a fuel as well. It's almost like land kelp. As far as just the environment and the ambiance, the little flowers, the dead leaves, the falling leaves, it all looks really cool. And then as a big surprise, they changed a crafting recipe. So the lodestone, in my opinion, is one of the very best looking blocks in the whole game. It's also a super useful block. You can make one and then tap a compass on it, and the compass will always point to that lodestone. So where a regular compass always points back to spawn, you can make this point wherever you want. And you can have multiple lodestones, so you could leave somebody a compass that will lead them to a specific place. It's a cool mechanic. But the problem was the crafting recipe was 8 chiseled stone and 1 netherite ingot. And netherite, is hard to find. Well, now they've changed the recipe and it is 8 chiseled stone and 1 iron ingot. And that is a game changer as far as being able to obtain these blocks. You can make as many of these as you want now. I think it's incredible. It's going to be the coolest thing, not only for decoration, but also, for usefulness. People could make mini games or treasure hunts for people. And I think it's going to be a cool, cool addition. They have said that more is coming, but they want to start off with this stuff and just let us experiment with this for a bit. They haven't given us a date yet, but I think they're referring to this as a spring drop. So I imagine in the next couple of months, we'll start to get more details about that. Now, the previous drop with the Pale Gardens, when we first saw that, we had this new biome with this new type of tree and wood set and this new mob called the Creaking. Later on, they added resin and then the whole resin block set and the new flowers, the eye blossoms. This spring drop feels a little bit smaller, a little bit scaled down, not quite as grand as a new biome, new wood set, new blocks, that kind of thing. But I'm still pretty pleased with where we're headed. The pigs, I could give or take, I suppose, but the little enhancements to the environment with the falling leaves, the wildflowers, and the dead leaf clumps, I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll keep an eye out for more snapshots, see if they add more things, and I'll tell you all about it. And maybe once we're a little deeper in the development cycle, I'll download the snapshot and check it out for you all. The other bit of Minecraft news this week that I sort of rolled my eyes at is our good old friend Notch. Once upon a time, Notch was the original developer and creator of Minecraft, and he ended up selling the game to Microsoft, got paid $2 billion, and then he got in some trouble as far as doing some questionable things, and he's off in his own little billionaire world developing games. He still has a following over on X, and recently said he was working on a new game and then asked, would people prefer that he continue to work on his new game or that he do a spiritual successor to Minecraft? Apparently, a lot of people said that he should make the spiritual successor to Minecraft, and then he said, well, I guess I'm making Minecraft too. The whole thing has that kind of like Elon Musk kind of energy, which is not a great thing. When you really think about what Notch created, he sort of set up the foundation of what our game is now. But really, when he turned it over to Microsoft, it was pretty much just grass and gravel, All of this new stuff and the lore and how big the worlds have gotten and all of the new stuff in the community, that's not his work. That is Mojang working with the backing of Microsoft that has grown the game to what it is today. I don't love that the billionaires think that just because they have a lot of money, they're smart about a lot of different things. If he was so great, why doesn't he do something else? Is he really just this one trick pony that is going to make a Minecraft clone? I just don't think that's smart or going to go anywhere. So anyway, I'm going to pretty much ignore him and that and continue on with the game that we all know and love. And speaking of the game we all know and love, if you've stuck around this long, I just want to talk for a minute about how I make the videos. So right now I am talking into a microphone and using the piece of software that I use to record the gameplay. And that piece of software that I've used forever is called OBS. It's what most people use. Open Broadcast System is a pretty cool piece of software that allows you to stream, record gameplay, all of that. And while it's pretty good, it's not great. I've run into situations where things get kind of buggy or an update will happen and it's not a great situation for a while until they do a patch. And so I've always kind of kept my eye out for something new. And I finally found a piece of software just recently called Meld. Meld Studio is a bit of software that is gorgeous. It's really well designed, does a lot of things that OBS can do if you install a million plugins. And I do all of this streaming and video making on a Mac, and it is optimized to take advantage of the Apple Silicon and all of that. So it's performing really, really well for me, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's a small company. I just discovered it from doing a lot of Google searching and watching a lot of YouTube videos. I recently joined their Discord, and day one, you're talking to the developers and that sort of thing, and it's a really tiny community and a lot of pretty passionate and excited people. So let me know what you think. If you didn't notice any difference between my previous videos and this video, that's great. That means it's working, sounds good, looks good, and that's awesome. But yeah, if you have any feedback or anything, let me know. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join down below. Membership starts at 99 cents and it really helps me out. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.